Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino, and this is my Markets A Look Ahead segment. I'm getting this out early. I'm getting it out early for a reason. There's a lot going on. I want to talk about it so we can take this in before the market open on Monday. Okay, let us gain a perspective on what has occurred in the last 2 weeks. Well, we just got a $900 billion stimulus relief package just created out of thin air, voted into existence. Now, what is this really about? If you've been following my work, this is all about propping up the stock market. The stock market is being driven 100% by debt acquisition and debt issuance. Record high, record high, record high, with an economy in free fall. What else just happened? Well, Congress voted to override President Trump's veto of this defense spending bill, another $760 billion. So just in the past 2 weeks, out of thin air, out of nowhere, because we don't have the money, America's broke, we've seen $900 billion borrowed into existence, just created out of thin air, and then another $760 billion just created out of thin air. I have been explaining to you that massive debt issuance and debt acquisition was going to occur, but you have not seen anything yet. The truth behind all of this is very simple, and you can expect it to get much worse this year for a few reasons. We'll cover them in a minute. What's the real reason here behind $900 billion and $760 billion just being created out of thin air? Where does it come from? It comes from the Federal Reserve. We don't have it. It has to be magically added to a digital screen. Here's the cash. Here it is. This is the Fed becoming, again, fulfilling their destiny of becoming the lender and buyer of last resort so they can own the world. That's really all it is. There's nothing else behind it. It's also designed to drive the stock market higher while at the same time killing the dollar. So we understand that, let's put this into perspective. Nearly $2 trillion in the past 2 weeks have been magically created out of thin air. What will be the effect of this for the dollar? It should be very obvious to you. It's a mechanism here to destroy the purchasing power of the dollar. How is this going to affect you if you're a member of the middle class? You're in a lot of trouble here. You're going to watch your dollar purchasing power evaporate. A new system is coming. I've been warning about this. Okay. It's also a mechanism, yet again, to prop up the stock market, which is 100% driven, 100%, on debt issuance, debt acquisition. We are going to hit new record highs in this market, a series of them. Kaboom, boom, 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 boom. That's the way it's going to go. As the economy continues to free fall, there's no way out of it. This is the mechanism here, like I've explained to you. Middle class, you're going away. You're going extinct. Just understand that. But I've been trying my hardest to keep you on the right side of this. How about Bitcoin? Let's talk about Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin just hit 32,500. I just looked at it. It's going higher. As a matter of fact, I've been explaining to you since Bitcoin 2700 that Bitcoin is going much higher. And I'm here to tell you at Bitcoin 32,000 and change, it's going much higher. All the big cryptocurrencies are going much higher. The stock market is going much higher. I mean, it's in your face, people. I've been telling you this for years, and hopefully you've been taking advantage of this. There are a lot of naysayers out here, and time again, they are proven to be wrong, and they're going to get proven wrong again, because I'm telling you right here, Bitcoin, 32,000 and change, you ain't seen nothing yet. The other big cryptos going higher, you ain't seen nothing yet. The stock market, You ain't seen nothing yet. Record high, record high, record high. That's where we're going here. The more debt they can magically vote into existence, create out of thin air, the higher the stock market's going to go. It's very simple. Watch the Federal Reserve's balance sheet. That's all you got to do. Follow what's happening in the political arena. Okay, what are they doing? They're making sure they're doing everything they can, our politicians, to create more debt. It's all a mechanism. It's a wealth transfer. That's it. An elimination of the middle class. You're being wiped out. Wiped out. You're going to the lower rung. Unless, of course, you've been taking advantage of what I've been telling you for years upon years upon years upon years. People, you can expect the risk-on environment, that is cash making its way into the stock market, to continue for the foreseeable future. Regardless of what happens to anything else, small businesses evaporating, jobs going away, Great Depression levels of unemployment, the worse that gets, the higher the stock market is going to go. You understand? And also, as the dollar continues its downward spiral, you're going to see cryptocurrencies go higher. Now, we should be seeing, in a real market, we would see gold and silver skyrocketing here. But we have an enemy. The enemy, or actually it could be a friend too, JP Morgan. They're the main rigger of precious metal prices. Sure, we've seen record highs with regard to gold. Silver, not so much. Okay, again, silver is more volatile. Silver, in my view, is beyond the deal of the century, the deal of the last millennium, maybe longer than that. It's the most undervalued asset in the history of the world. That's the truth. So, of course, that means, in my opinion, you should be acquiring more physical silver. Gold, too. But silver, there's nothing like it. It's going to skyrocket at one point. But JP Morgan and other banks are making sure they rig the price to the downside of the hard asset by playing with the derivative. It's unbelievable how they set this up. And I've covered this a million times, but I'll talk about it real quick. A derivative is something that derives value from another asset. Okay, for example, I always use Apple stock. If you're looking at Apple stock and you are trading the option derives value from the underlying asset, in this case, Apple stock. Not so when it comes to precious metals. With precious metals, they've rigged it so that the hard asset derives value from the derivative. It's completely upside down. It's only done for one reason, to suppress its price. Now, if we realize the dollar's dying, trillions of dollars, $2 trillion just got created out of thin air. A lot more is going to be created. This should be massively bullish for metals. However, two factors. Number one, the game remains risk on. Stocks are going higher. That means cash is going to make its way into the stock market. It's going to make its way into cryptocurrencies as well. Okay. Gold and silver are kind of like the hidden gem here. Okay. In my opinion, gold, silver, platinum, palladium, they're just sitting there. They're waiting for their moment to come. Their moment is going to come when we have a debt market meltdown, because that's really what this is all about. The Federal Reserve colluding with Congress. Again, how do these Congress people become gazillionaires? By serving the American people or by serving the corporate agenda? What do you think? I mean, come on. Do you think they work for you? Like I've been telling you, they don't work for you. None of them do. It's a show. It's theater. All of it. They got to give you something to believe in. It's the banks. The banks are running everything. The Federal Reserve is running the entire world via the dollar. You know this. You know how it works. It's very, very simple. Understanding the mechanism here. And we're seeing it right now. Again, right at the end of 2020, going into 2021, it's incredible. And the debt explosion has just begun. So if we understand, and we know this to be true for a fact, debt acquisition, debt issuance is going to balloon. The Federal Reserve's balance sheet last year nearly doubled. The Federal Reserve's balance sheet this year will double from where we are today. This will have a massive effect on the stock market, moving higher. It will have a very negative effect on the dollar, lower. People are going to seek other assets. Okay, they're going to put cash into stock. They're going to put cash into cryptocurrencies. This should also be, and you will, if you've been following my blog, understand that you need to become your own central bank. Bet against this debt. Look for risk-off assets. In my brand new book, A Not So Random Walk on Wall Street, I cover this. Risk on, risk off, risk on, risk off. My markets run in predictable cycles. Right now, we're in risk on. So that means, again, risk off assets like gold and silver, well, it's pretty obvious. They're going to get suppressed deliberately across the board. This is JP Morgan. Everyone knows it. You know it too. So there's where the opportunities lie. Moving forward here into 2021, we know exactly how the game is going to play. The Federal Reserve's balance sheet is going to double from where we are today. That's going to push the stocks higher. It's going to kill the dollar. Period. The end. We are going to see a further elimination of the middle class as the Federal Reserve continues their mission to own it all. Own it all. And it cannot be stopped. There's nothing that can be done about it. Okay. Now, looking forward a little bit here into next week, we have something I spoke about a long time ago. And we have to watch to see how the market reacts in the short run. Okay. We have this Georgia runoff. I explained to you that as long as the Republicans keep control of the Senate, the market will go higher faster. Divided government is very bullish for this stock market in this environment. If, in fact, the Democrats win the Senate as well here, I'm not sure the market's going to like it. In the short run, it's still going higher, but not as fast. I just want to throw that out here. You understand? So, I mean, from a trading standpoint, that could present opportunity for us. But I will keep all of you on top of this. You know I will. If you are a subscriber to my newsletter, you're going to know exactly what to do, when to do it. It's a pretty astonishing thing. Now, people, before I let you go, and I do this the first, well, it's not the first, but the beginning of every month. I couldn't do it the first because the market was closed, but I'm going to ask for your support. I do this again at the beginning of every month. If you think I'm doing a good job, if you think what I am putting out here is worth anything, I'm going to ask you humbly to support my work. If you think, again, Greg's an all right guy, doing a good job, all I ask is that you support my work. How about just $5? If you believe that I'm worth $5, well, I would appreciate your support. There is a link in the description of this video where you can directly support my work, and I really do count on you for that. I really do. I work hard for you. And anyway, with that said, I'm going to let you all go, and I will see you Monday. Okay? Think about what I said here in this video. Understand the environment we are in. Massive debt issuance. Massive debt acquisition, and we haven't seen anything yet. In the past 2 weeks, nearly $2 trillion created out of thin air magically. And we haven't seen anything yet. Nothing. Massively stock market positive, massively dollar negative. Okay? Look where cash is going. Into the stock market. Into cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin, like I said, 32,000 and change, going much higher. All the cryptos are going much higher. Gold and silver, let them continue to play their game. They want to suppress the price. Fantastic. We will use that to our advantage. We can't be beaten. You understand that? You and I are invincible. We know the game. We know what they're going to do moving forward. It's that simple. It's like knowing how, I don't know, a prize fight's going to turn out and which fighter you're going to bet on. You know how it's going to work. People, take advantage of these things. Follow my blog. Follow my newsletter. I've been keeping all of you so far ahead of this market, it's not even funny. Me and my lions, like I said, we've outperformed 90% of Wall Street hedge funds, and I do it for free. I do this for free. Why? Because we're all responsible for each other, and because we can all win. We will not lay down and get destroyed here. All right, look, I can keep going on and on and on and on again. I'm going to ask you to please support my work. $5. There is a link in the description of this video, and I will see you Monday.